Hey guys, welcome back to another mini twist video. And in this video, we're going to be more detailed and I'll be correcting some of the mistakes that I made in my last mini twist tutorial video. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around and let's get right into the video. I'm using shea butter. This is raw shea butter. Hey Muse, did I pronounce that well? Hey Muse. Water, of course, for moisturizing. Hair clip. This, I washed my hair last night and then I put it into a mini braid, and this just makes it easier for me to work with today. If you have my kind of hair, fussy, this kind of fussy that shrinks a lot, this will be helpful. It just makes the job easier.
This is a detailed video like I mentioned earlier, so I'm going to try my best to be as detailed as possible. One thing that helps me a lot when it comes to making my own hair is working in section. I can't overemphasize the importance of working in section. And yet, I was thinking about how I'm going to see the back of my hair. Before, I would usually sit and then place a mirror behind and in front of the chair. But yeah, I didn't have a chair in this room. And then I had to use my LED light and it worked perfectly. Back to the sectioning, I first divide it into two, like you're seeing. I think most of this is very self-explanatory. And then I go in with gel. This edge control wax is supposed to make the line very, very visible and straight. And just to put it out there, if you're trying this on your hair, parting your hair is one of the time-consuming part of making your hair by yourself, and this particular parting took more time than I've shown here. So it's important to give yourself grace and do it gently. Sometimes this takes me 15 to 20 minutes, and someone that I've not done it before, it can take you up to 30 minutes just to get a very straight line, especially if you really want it smooth and straight. So for me, like I said earlier, pattern, working in section, I divided it into 6 parts, 2 behind, 2 in the middle and 2 in the front. This is just a rough sketch and it can change as we braid. You'd see why I said it's just a rough sketch. By the time I was done, this is what I had. Whenever I'm starting, I like to use a little bit of gel, even if I don't want to use it for the rest of my hair, because I have a lot of short hairs behind my skull. Is it behind or the back of my head? I have a lot of short hair, so in order to grab it, I always start off with gel. And this gel, you'll be careful not to apply too much, because anything too much will make it very slippery and you wouldn't be able to grab a lot of hairs, just like you're seeing here. And if you have watched my previous video, you would know that I usually start with mini braid before going into a twist. That makes my hair last longer and reduces the amount of unraveling that occurs. So on average, I braid 8 to 10 times before transitioning to twisting. I think that does it. For me, you can do less or more. And I would say it varies for each twist, but it will always fall into this range. It's 10 braids before transitioning to twist. This is what the first twist looks like. Don't worry, I know it doesn't look like it now, but it's going to be in a short time. Onto the twist proper, I usually start on a well moisturized and detangled hair. If you want to detangle, use your hand before going in with your comb. For the braid number, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, this is 12 on average instead of the 8 to 10. This is just a guide. You don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing. So I've always had problem with my hair not growing. This is like the seventh year of keeping my natural hair, and I've not been so happy about the length. But seeing this twist, I feel like my hair is not that bad. Bad for 7 years, but it's not a bad hair generally. What do you think? Is my hair that long, or maybe I'm just in my head? Head. First, I sounding like my neighborhood tribe. Now, if you're working in section just like I'm doing, and you're very particular about getting a very straight line and a fresh pattern, then you have to make sure that each cutting you make on the second side is just a continuation of the pattern on the opposite side. As you can see here, I'm just continuing from the first side to make sure that the lines doesn't look like it's different. Are you getting me? Don't I did not teach you well. By the time you're done, you should get something like this, or at least something close. The Nigerian in me is speaking at this point. Remember when I said that the pattern is just a rough sketch, because at any point you can do a fresh cut just to realign. And that's exactly what I was doing at this point. Readjusting to get a final finish. In no time, I was done with the lower ends. This definitely took time, so it's not in no time. So for the middle part, I'm just going to follow my hand direction so that when I'm doing the frontal side, it's going to join perfectly. Take note of the minimal curve of the middle part. It's not entirely a straight line, especially if you want it to merge with the opposite side. Now look at everything. Yeah, there's a little bit of hair. Remember, the first cut is just a guide, and you can repart as much as you want and as much as you need to get a very smooth finishing. Let's keep to the front, please. Please. It's been a long time coming. For the front side, depending on how juicy you want it to be and how much time you have to give to it, you can make it smaller or bigger. For me, and for this video, because I was already tired, I made it 7. Each side had 7 lines from the middle of my head to the ear part. And for each twist, you determine the direction of the twist while braiding. So if your hands are up while braiding, when you're done braiding, it's going to stand up. And if it's down, it's going to be down when you're done. And then if you push it towards the front, it's also going to come down towards the front. For this particular twist, I was going for a center pattern, and I wanted a very sharp center part. That's why I left the 2 middle to make them last, and also to give me an equal pattern for the 2 sides. This part and the back side of my hair was the only part I used edge control, just because I wanted a sharp line. And to give me a very uniform look, I'm just going to merge the lines on the opposite side. So for my mini twist, I first cut and divide into 3 equal parts. I try my best to make the 3 parts equal. This 3 parts is only applicable if you are starting with 3-strand braids, but if you are just twisting from the roots, I don't think this is necessary. You just divide it into 2 equal parts. But if you are starting with braids, you first of all braid down a bit, just like you are seeing me doing this video. Then you divide one into the rest of the other 2 like this, and then you start twisting. So while twisting, you can either twist onto your left hand or onto my right. This particular twist that I was doing, I was twisting onto my right. Before now, I was doing the opposite of this, and I just feel like since I started this style, my twist is a lot tighter and juicier. So it's very important for you to figure out the direction that works better for your type of natural hair, because I wouldn't recommend that for every type of natural hair because the colors are different. Last one, guys, let's summarize everything I've said. Cut, divide it into 3. If you are starting with mini braid, start braiding. Do not forget that you determine the direction of your braid while braiding. So this is me changing the direction to lap and fall to my side when I'm done twisting. Braid down until you are comfortable with the braids that you have. I usually do 8, 10, 12 on average. Then I divide one into the rest of the 2 strands, and then I start twisting. If you don't get everything I said here, you can rewatch this video as much as you want to grasp it, but I think it's not something that is going to stress you. So twist, and then when you get to the end, you give it a hand coil just so the end of it doesn't loosen with time. And lastly, I went in with my hair mousse. You can use this while twisting or after twisting. I just prefer to use it after twisting to minimize the use and finishing of my products. So this is the final look. I hope you learned something, and I hope this was helpful. If this was, please like, share, subscribe so you can see my next post and see my next vlog or video.